How to replace spark plugs. Easy step-by-step guide on how to replace automotive engine spark plugs. Though appearances may vary, the process is similar for most engines. Difficulty scale, 4 of 10. Begin with the vehicle on level ground, engine off with the emergency brake set. Sponsored links. Step 1. Some engines are designed with a plastic cover over the ignition coils and spark plugs. Spark plug cover. Step 2. Use a socket or wrench to remove the nuts holding down the cover. Removing spark plug cover nuts. Step 3. After all mounting nuts have been removed, gently remove the cover. Remove spark plug cover. Step 4. On-top ignition system designs. The spark plugs are located beneath the ignition coils. Ignition coils. Step 5. Once the ignition coils have been uncovered, remove the coil mounting bolts. Sponsored links. Remove ignition coil mounting bolts. Step 6. Next, remove the ignition coils from the spark plug wells and place them off to the side. Removing ignition coils. Step 7. After the coils have been removed, use a spark plug socket to remove the spark plugs. This socket is specially designed to hold and protect the spark plug from damage. Spark plug socket. Step 8. Use a ratchet and extension to remove the spark plugs. Ensure the socket is completely on the spark plug before removal to avoid damage. Removing spark plugs. Step 9. Once the spark plug has been removed, inspect the plug for damage and wear. Worn spark plug. Step 10. Compare the new spark plugs to the old units to ensure a proper installation. In most cases, spark plugs do not need to be regaped as they are manufactured to the correct measurement for each application. Sponsored links. New spark plug. Step 11. Before installing the new spark plugs, apply a thin layer of lubricant to avoid thread gulling. Apply lubricant to spark plug threads. Step 12. Insert the spark plug into the socket while ensuring a snug fit. Installation ready spark plug. Step 13. Gently lower the spark plug down into the plug well. Continue installing the spark plug while threading by hand. Lower plug into well. Step 14. Once the spark plug have been installed by hand, use a ratchet to tighten to manufacturer's specifications. Tighten spark plugs. Step 15. Next, reposition the ignition coils for reinstallation. Reinstalling ignition coils. Step 16. After installing the ignition coils, reinsert the mounting bolts and tighten. Sponsored links. Tighten ignition coil bolts. Step 17. Once all coil mounting bolts are tight, reinstall the ignition cover back into place. Reinstall spark plug cover. Step 18. Install all mounting bolts and tighten. Double-check all steps to ensure a correct completion. Tighten ignition coil spark plug cover. Step 19. When replacing spark plugs, always check the plug condition. This inspection can detect problems inside the engine such as rich mixture, low compression or failed injector. Carbon fouled. Step 20. When the spark plug is wet with oil, there is a problem with the piston rings or valve stem seals. Additional problems include plugged oil drain back holes in the cylinder head. Wet spark plug. Step 21. Before installing a new spark plug, inspect the air gap in case the plug was damaged during shipping. Misadjusted air gap. Step 22. Visually inspect the air gap and adjust to manufacturer's specifications. Correct air gap. Step 23. A spark plug is constructed of a metal housing and a porcelain insulator which is very brittle and if broken or cracked will misfire, so use care when handling.